everyone, thanks for joining me again. I'm Hedi, I'm your innovation trainer, and today is exciting because I'm going to share with you 5 tips and tricks I would have loved to know and I would have loved to find out about before I facilitated and designed virtual team meetings. Hopefully, I'm sure they will save you a lot of pain, energy and frustration and time. So let's get to it. Wait, before we dive in, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to get notified each time I post a new video and share valuable insights with you. Okay. Now, what are the challenges when we meet remotely, when we meet virtually? First of all, the focus, I'm sure you've realized, is very hard to capture for such a long time. And also, you can't really tell who's zoning in and who's zoning out. So you can't see the body language. Therefore, we need to have a strategy in place that allows us to our best ability, engage our people and have them focused on what we're doing and trying to achieve. So these 5 tips and tricks are merely focused on focus and having people engaged. So tip number 1 is time and timings. When I started, there was this notion that live events or live meetings equal the amount of time that we need and that we use in virtual team meetings. I totally disagree. Please don't make any virtual team meeting longer than 2 hours. After 2 hours, we are fried. We can't concentrate anymore. And it's just completely useless. You will waste more time by making them longer and more draining. If you need more time, what I would suggest and what I always do is that you have a 2-hour slot or a 1.5-hour slot and then half an hour really a break, where the rule is don't go to your laptop, or don't stay at your laptop, don't answer emails, but really go for a walk, get fresh air and move your body, because the body and the brain is connected and we're sitting for such a long time and afterwards we just simply cannot function anymore. It's just not humane. So time and timings is very crucial. What do I mean with timings as well is before a meeting, spend some time with preparing the meeting. I personally love to have just like 15 minutes slots in place where I know what should be accomplished after these 15 minutes slots. And I mean, if we're running late, that's fine, but I have a pre-structure in my head and also communicate it for others to follow and know that this is an effective meeting. Trick number 2 is your goal equals your resources, not the other way around. And when I mean resources, I mean people, and building on the previous tip, time. We often make the mistake that we think, okay, we have 2 hours or we have X amount of time and then we fill it up. What happens is that most of the time it feels like, and the ladies probably know what I'm talking about, like a half empty suitcase. So you're going away for a weekend and you have only this major huge suitcase and you need t-shirts and a pair of pants, and then you see, wow, there's so much space, and then you just stuff things in it, like beautiful shoes that you won't wear, your camera which you won't use. So in order to prevent that, think of your goal first and then think about, okay, how much time will I actually need to accomplish it? And very, very importantly, who is relevant to my goal and the things I want to achieve. So oftentimes we do the mistakes that we just randomly invite people which have little or no business to the goal we're trying to achieve. And the people that are in the virtual team space, just as in any other meeting, they take up energy and also focus. So to make sure that you are on track and that people that are in the meeting care about the outcome and therefore are engaged and focused already, so have an intrinsic motivation that this meeting will go forward very fast. Make sure goal equals resources and not the other way around. Fantastic, everyone. Almost halfway. So the next tip I want to give you is extremely important. It's called rituals and rules. What do I mean by rituals? So when I first started out, I was a bit shocked also by myself how easy it is to just ad hoc start a meeting and then ad hoc finish a meeting and then rush off to the next without even saying goodbye properly. And I found it made a huge difference on the mood and the engagement, sorry, of of the people during the whole meeting. And therefore, I would beg you to invest 10 minutes or 5 minutes even before you start with the topic and the actual goal of the meeting, up front and at the end. Up front, because it will influence the whole meeting if you are putting your people into a specific mood. And I have 2 previous videos that are entirely on this topic of team building and building an atmosphere that is engaging, fun, and connecting the team here and here. And for the checkout, I would just suggest that you have a little feedback round, or simply have people acknowledge what they liked about the meeting, so they are in a positive mood and look forward to the next coming up. So now, what about rules? Rules are simply behaviors that your participants want to stick to when doing the whole meeting and what they want to watch out for. For instance, we want to listen to each other, we want to shut off every other distraction and device while we're meeting. Let's focus, focus, focus. So these are rules that are super relevant to the outcome and the process of a meeting. How can you ask them, or how can you create this ownership? By including it into the check-in ritual. So when you are asking, how are you in the beginning, you also can check, okay, what is important to you? What is one behavior that you think we should stick to so we are successful? And number 4, document everything you do and what other people say and the outcome of it. I'll show you an example how I do it. So very, very simple. I just have a PowerPoint open that everyone can see. And I have the topic and the headline on top. And then I just write down what everyone is saying, the comments, the discussions. I just write. And so they can see what they're saying and that it matters. They are way more focused because they can't really go off track and go off to another topic which is not relevant at this point. And then, super important, document the outcome of the discussion. So that's the point of it, that you come to a closing of this topic in a way more structured and way more effective way than just talking about it and then it's just in the air. Also, you can share it way more easy directly after the session and upload it somewhere where people can see that haven't been involved in the meeting. So it is a growing document where all the knowledge that is created in that meeting is captured. And finally, tip number 5, variety. What do I mean by that? You have different tools, I'm sure, like the chat or the whiteboard. Make use of it. You want to keep your people fresh the whole time and no boredom, please. So make use of different tools. For instance, use the chat when you want a final decision, or the whiteboard when you also want a final decision and they circle something that you have uploaded before. Also get them off of screen. I find that very helpful to keep them fresh, and because that makes them move their body, do something different, come back, and they're in a different state. So give them a question, 2 minutes of time to write it down on a piece of paper and make up their mind, and then you share it either verbally or in the chat. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for your time and your energy. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to get notified each time I post a new video. Give a thumbs up if you liked it, if it is relevant to you. Please let me know in the comment below what was helpful and how you're going to go forward with it, and what kind of questions do you have. I'm super happy to answer them. Also, if you haven't done so, check out my other videos on team building. It is so crucial that we take care of our team and the connection that we build in meetings like that. And very, very happy to see you next time. Keep up the good work and the fun work.